should be. Now make your hands free from your shoulders to the tip of your fingers. You should be, you should be completely free. Move it completely. Your muscles should be moving completely. Make it completely free. Okay? Yeah. Go like this. Stretch your fingers. Make a fist. Stretch it. All right. Now, move your wrist clockwise and then anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, make your hands completely free. Jump a little. Okay. Are you guys doing it with me?
Yes.
Yes, good, cool. Now, yeah. So now we are going to do the lateral hand raises, what we learned yesterday. So again, the tip is when a left hand goes up, right leg should go up, and then opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay? This will loosen up your upper portion of your chest. Okay? And this will also loosen up your waist area, the pelvic area. So it is good for your lower body, warm up and freeness in your lower body. Now, roll your hands like this behind your back. Okay? Stand straight. And now we are going to have a neck rotation. Neck rotation is very important for your boxing because, as I said, it is one of the important muscle groups to take all the shock of hitting. So let's do it. 1 with the larger rotations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now up and down. 1, 2, 3. When your neck is going up, you have to stretch it as much as you can. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now sideways. 1. Stretch it. Stretch your neck over here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now sideways. 1, 2. Make sure that your chin touches to your cavity of your shoulders. Cavity of your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go hand raises and lateral. Okay. When you're raising your hands, you have to inhale, and when you come forward, then you have to compress, and then you have to exhale the breath. Okay. So let's do it. Done? Now we are going to roll our shoulders sideways. Okay? First clockwise and then anti-clockwise. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You should feel a strain over here. Okay? Not here, not here, not here. When you're rotating your shoulders, you should feel the pain on and the strain here in this area. Okay? Now anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, keep your hand front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, you have to do this and go forward. Go forward and stretch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jump a little. Make sure that your body is relaxed. Okay, relax your body. Okay. Now, the scissors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the lateral ankle touches. 1, 2. Make sure that you have all the stretch over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now stretch forward. Have a good stretch in your legs. Plus you should stretch whole your body here. Stretch it. Now other leg. Have a good stretch. Now like this. And to further increase your stretch, move your toe forward. Like that. Now other leg. Stretch it. And to increase the stretch, push your toe forward. Yeah. You should feel stretch till here. All this area, you should feel a stretch. Okay? Now, we're going to have a west movement. Have a distance like that between your legs. Hands on your wrist. Move. 1. First clockwise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 1, 2, 3. Big loops. Big loops. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As we learned it yesterday, the west area and the abdomen and the core area is very important in boxing because it is the area which
Hello.
are very good for males and females, because after 30s and 40s, our lower back starts to have problems. Okay, so this kind of exercises, when we rotate on our vest, helps to build a very strong back, and not just a strong back, but also a strong lower back, which is very important. Okay, now we are going to jump like a horse jumps. Okay, it is important to maintain a stamina and cardiovascular activity. So jump horse jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay. Now we are going to jump, but we are going to move our vest. Okay. I'm going to show you how it can be, how we can do it. It is very important, because when you're moving laterally in boxing, you also have to move your vest laterally. So this warm-up exercise helps you to loosen up your vest and make sharp your lateral movements. So have your hands like this and twist it, twist it, twist, twist, twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We are twisting our vest. We are twisting it. Because of that, your whole this area becomes more flexible. And if you have a lateral fat in your body, it helps you to melt that fat, and your abdomen becomes much more leaner, much more powerful, and it can hold a lot more strength. Okay. Now we are going to have few strength building exercises today. Okay, so first we are going to have push-ups. Those people who are not comfortable with push-ups, they should touch their knees on the ground. Okay, those people who are comfortable with push-ups do not need to touch their knees on the ground. I'm going to show you how it is. Okay, when you lie down, make sure that whatever distance you have between your hands, you should have the same distance between your legs. Okay, or just touch your like this. Okay, have a slant position, not like this, not like that, like this. Good slant position. Okay, look forward and start doing push-ups. 10 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. People who are not comfortable with straight push-ups, they can touch their knees like this. So you can touch your knees on the ground, and you can have a push-up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I hope all you guys are doing all these exercises with me, and you are with me not only watching it but also doing it, right? Can I get yes?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Now we are going to have a mountain climbs. Mountain climbs is very good for your abdomen. It is also very good for your core, and it is also very good for your back. So mountain climb. Let's do a mountain climb. 10 repetitions. Mountain climb. I'm going to show you how it is how it is so that you can also do it simultaneously. Same position with respect to our push-ups, but now we are going to take our leg forward in the range of our hands. So the way our hands are there, you're going to take your leg to that same level. You're going to look forward and shift your other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Am I going too fast, guys? This speed is okay?
Okay from my side.
Okay. How about Yogesh? Is it okay? Yes, it's okay. Yeah. How about the new member? Can you tell me your name? The new member. Anyway, okay, fine.
Sumedha.
Okay, okay, good. So, now, since our warm-up is done, now we are going to have a little bit of leg movements. In boxing, the leg movements are very important because boxing is a very speedy game. It needs a lot of speed, and for that matter, you have to move a lot, and not only just move a lot, but move very quickly. And your movement should be very swift. And the only way you can do that if you are agile in your legs. And that is the reason you must have seen lot many boxers use skipping. They use the skip rope to jump so that they will have that nimble feet, very agile feet. And as I said yesterday, in boxing we don't touch heels on the ground because touching heels on the ground make you slow, and we do not want that. We want ourselves to be speedy, agile, so that we can move all around the ring, and we will not get into the range of our opponent. Okay, so the whole idea of boxing is we should get hit less as much we can, but we should be able to hit much more as we can. Okay, so for that matter we need a very strong legs and also very quick agile legs, and the best way to do that is to be skipping. I'm going to show you the basic skipping techniques, skipping techniques. And if you have skipping ropes in your house, you can definitely try it and learn it. Okay, I'm going to show you. See guys, when it comes to skipping ropes, there are too much different advanced way of doing it. But since we are the basic preparatory course, so I'm going to show you how we skip the basic version and how we use our legs. Okay. Make sure that your skipping rope is nice and tight, and then start jumping. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure that your legs are touching each other. They are not like this. See, they are not like this. They are touched. They are touching to each other. When you're doing skipping ropes, when you're skipping, many people have this problem that they get stuck. And the main logic behind skipping ropes is that you should able to match the cycle of your jumping with the cycle of your breathing. If you are skipping at the same time in a same pattern, and you're also breathing with the same pattern, it helps you to build that loop properly. And if you have a good loop, then you get less, you get stuck very less, and you can do it for a longer period of time. Okay, so this was a basic skip. Here our legs are touched, it's touched, and you're jumping like this. Okay, now I'm going to show you a different type of skipping. It is also helpful for building your leg movements. Leg movements, as I said, is very important for boxing. So let's learn that. Now we are going to take one leg forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. See, I'm taking one leg forward, one leg forward. So this was a basic techniques, 2 techniques by which you can learn skipping and jumping. As I said, the jumping and skipping is very important to maintain a very good feet, a very quick, agile feet in boxing. Always make sure never touch your heels on the ground. You should always have to be able to stand on your toes. Never like this, always like this. Okay, never like this, always like this. You are on your toes. Okay. Now, guys, yesterday we learned basics of straight punches, which is jab and two. The people who were there yesterday, they know how to throw a jab and two. But a new member who do not know what we'll learn today, I'm going to do a basics. It's like a revision. People who are there yesterday also can do it with me. They can revise it and practice it once again. So let's do it. Jab and two, and then we are going to learn today different combinations of jab and two, because in boxing throwing one punch or throwing one or two punch never helps you. You have to build your punching pattern through different combinations. The combinations are the ones who build a strength and kind of a surprise factor, and that surprise factor makes you more effective in boxing bouts. Okay, so let's again revise the jab and two. The new member, you can learn it, the jab and two from today's exercise, the current exercise. Okay, so we are going to have a stance. Distance between your hands should be the distance between your legs. Okay, this much of distance, and never touch your heels on the ground. Always lift your weight. Your front leg should have all the weight of your body. Okay, your front leg should have all the weight of your body. And now roll your fist, and this elbows should touch your kidneys, and this part of your fist should touch your cheekbones. Your chin should always be down, and your teeth should always be closed. Okay, right? Okay. So this is my position. Okay, this is my stance. Now I'm going to throw a jab. And jab, throw with full your weight. Throw your weight. Go aggressively forward, but do not get disbalanced. Your hind leg, your behind leg should be able to maintain the balance of your body. I'm reminding this again and again because many people, even though they learn basic techniques forward, but they forget the basics, and because of that, it affects their whole boxing pattern. So we do not want that. We want our basics should be very clear and very rock solid, so that we can advance to a new combinations. So let's do the chat. I'm going a little bit forward. I'm going a little bit forward, and I'm dragging my leg. I'm dragging my behind leg. Okay, like this. Okay. Now that what we learned was a jab. Now we are going to have a two. As I said, two is a power punch. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you doing it with me simultaneously?
Yes, yes.
Yes, good. So now, since we have learned a jab, which is a straight punch, see, straight punches are very important because it tells you what is the range of your hitting. It helps you to understand your range, your hand range, so that when your opponent comes within that hand range, you can hit him. Okay. So now we are going to learn two. Okay, jab and two. As I said, two is a power punch because you move your wrist aggressively, and with that you generate a power in your hand and you go forward. Okay. So if this is your jab, and while doing jab, make sure that this part of your shoulder should always protect your chin from this side. This part of your shoulder should always protect the chin from this side. So it should be like this. Okay. And it should go straight. Okay. Now we're going to learn two. We are going to revise the two. Okay. So if this is my position, one jab, and with all the movement of your wrist, with all the movement, you're going to throw this right. Right? This is my one, two, two. See my hind leg. It is moving. It is moving. Okay. So the leg, my behind leg is also generating a power. My whole wrist is moving aggressively, is getting rotated aggressively, and that is the reason the two generates a power punch. It generates a strength. Always remember in boxing, if this is your whole fist, these first two knuckles should get hit. Okay, that should be your contact point on your opponent's body. This should not be the contact point. This should not be the contact point, or this should not be the contact point, or this should not be the contact point, or this, or this. No, these two knuckles, this big two knuckles that we have of these two fingers, these knuckles, they should touch. They should hit the opponent. Okay. So because most of the times you hit and you get hit by these areas, and these knuckles are delicate knuckles of small fingers, so your hand can get your hand can break. So always focus on these two knuckles. These are the two contact points in actual boxing matches. When you touch this part, then only you get points, otherwise you do not get points. But make sure you should always connect these two knuckles. Okay, fine. Now since we learned jab, and since we learned two, which is a power punch, now we are going to have a different combinations of one and two. Okay, again, let's have a position. Let's have a good stance in our boxing. Okay. Now, let's do 1-2 consecutively. 1-2. Okay. Just do after me 5 times. Okay, 5 times. Let's start. Okay. Now, we can add combinations in these 2 basic punches. I'm going to tell you how. So watch me. So now this is called as 1-1-2. 1-1-2. 1-1-2. Okay. While doing these combinations, always make sure the way your punch is going forward, it should also come back. Because if you do not take that back, your whole body, your whole face becomes unprotected and your opponent can hit you. Okay. So we do not want that. We want offense and defense at the same time. As I said, boxing is an art where you try to get less hit by your opponent, but should be able to hit your opponent as much as you can. So that is the art of boxing, and that separates boxing from street fights. Here we are also focusing on our defense as well. So 1-2, and now add 1-1-2. And always make sure when you're hitting, you should always target his face or the opponent's chin. Okay, as I said, chin is a very important part of boxing. It is the most delicate part of human body, because when you get hit on your chin, your lower brain, which holds a crucial function of maintaining the balance of human body, it gets lost for 10 to 15 seconds. And that's the reason, no matter a man is a 6 foot tall or a 7 foot tall or 300 kg, he falls flat on the ground. He gets knocked out. Okay. So whenever you're hitting, whenever you're focusing on the face, you should always focus on the face and the chin. Okay. Now let's do 1-1-2 5 times. After me, let's do it 5 times, and then we'll shift to the 1-2-3-4 and 1-2-3-4-5-6. Okay. So these are the short burst punches. Short burst punches, like a rifle which burst shot someone. Ta 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 ta. Like that is a rhythm by which we design our punches. Okay. So these are called as short burst punches. So let's do it 1-1-2 5 times, and let's move forward for 1-2-3-4 and 1-2-3-4-5-6. So do simultaneously with me. One, 1-2. 1-1-2. 1-1-2. Okay. So this was 1-1-2, which is a 3-punch combination. Now we are going to go forward for 4-punch combination. Guys, do you want any break, 10-15 second break? Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can hear
guys, do
you.
you want? Yeah,
No
do you
break.
want any 10? Do you want any 10-15 seconds break? Do you want to have a sip of water? Let's just let me know.
Yeah. But for now, please continue. Ayub.
Okay, cool. Is it okay, Yogesh? It is okay, Sumedha?
Yes, Dada.
Okay. Now, same way, with the same technique, we are going to have 4 straight punch combination. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Straight punches, 4-punch combination. Very effective, very easy. And if you do it rightly, it could be very deadly. So, if this is my position, if this is the opponent in front of me, always look at the eyes, face and the eyes of the opponent and the body of the opponent. Okay? And if you're looking at me, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. And with each strike, you have to breathe out. With each strike, with each punch, you have to breathe out, because breathing pattern should be very important. You have to breathe out from your belly, core of your belly. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4 is a short burst combination, straight punches, 4-punch combination, very effective. Okay?
One question I have.
Yeah.
While doing this four punch combination, for every jab, do we need to move forward?
Yeah, see, the thing is, when you are hitting, when you are throwing your weight with every jab, okay, and with every 2, you are anyways moving a little bit forward, because you're throwing your weight on your opponent, no? So you are naturally moving 2, 3, 4 inches forward. If you throw your weight effectively and transform that weight into your punch power, you're anyways going to move 2 to 3 seconds ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does it answer your question?
Yes.
Any doubts so far? Any questions so far?
No, cool. That's
Okay. Is it going too much fast? Is it going too much slow?
No, it's all right.
Okay.
Up to
So we are going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 straight punch combination 5 times, and you guys are going to do with me. And after that, we are going to go 6 punch combination, straight 6 punch combination. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So let's do the 4 punch combination 5 times. Let's master it and let's move forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, have a good stance. Your front leg should have a weight of your body. Increase your lift your leg on your toes. Never stand on your heels. Lift it on your toes. Have a position. Have a good stance. Look at your opponent and throw 4 punch combination. Straight 4 punch combination. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're throwing the punches, make sure that you're throwing all your body weight. And with the 2 punch, you should be able to move your best. Okay? Is it okay, guys? Are you done? Are you okay with the 4 punch combination?
Yes, from my side.
Yes. Yogesh? Yogesh, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm good.
Yes. Subeda, are you okay with this?
Yes, yes, Dada, I'm doing with you.
Okay. Now we are going forward for six straight punch combination. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It creates kind of a burst fire continuous kind of a pattern, and it is very good. It is a scoring punches, because in boxing it is not important. It is not only important that how hard you hit, but it is also important how fast you can hit, because in matches your scores are also dependent upon how much you touch and connect your opponent's body. So more you are fast in your punching pattern, better it is. Sure. Same technique for 4 punch combination. Instead of that, we are going to increase 2 more punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With each strike, you have to breathe out, and with each strike, you have to move forward with all the power you have. Okay?
Hey, Anand, can you show me the footwork of back leg while hitting the hard punch?
Okay, cool. See, when you are hitting the 2, jab and 2, you're not only moving your wrist, but you're also moving your leg. You're moving your leg on the ball of your feet. The ball of your feet. We have a ball of our feet over here. Okay? So 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So we are moving. We are not only throwing our wrist, but also moving our leg. Like this. Like this. We are not going into the air. We are not getting disbalanced. We are throwing our wrist. At the same time, we are moving our leg like this, so that it helps to maintain our balance. Okay? Is it okay?
Yes, that's good. Thank you.
Okay. So let's move forward for 6 punch combinations. Guys, in many boxing matches, we have seen that people are much more inclined to hit you sideways, but actual skill of any boxer lies in playing the straight punches, and for that matter, this 4 punch combination, the 6 punch combination are very important. So let's do the 6 punch combination 5 times, master it, and then I'm going to teach you hook. Okay, hook is also very important, which is the first body punch I'm going to teach you today. So let's do with me 6 times straight punches, 6 punch combination. Do with me, okay? Okay, guys. So shall we move forward for hooks? Is it okay, guys? Shall we move forward for hooks?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Any doubts so far? Any questions so far?
Not from my side.
Okay, cool. So now we are going to learn hooks. Hooks are lateral punches. They can also be used for your body punches, but they can also be used against your chin. So hook is a very powerful punch, and it generates a lot of power. and it generates a lot of power, and we must learn how to throw a good hook. Okay, so the main technique of throwing good hook is to generate power from your body. And if you want to generate a good power from your body to throw a good hook, you should be able to know how to transfer your body weight from one leg to another leg, from left leg to the right leg, and from right leg to the left leg. That generates the power of hook. Okay, so while doing hook, you should always make sure that your hooks should be in 90-degree angle. Your hand should be 90 degree. Okay, this way or that way, as per your comfortableness. I myself prefer this way of hitting. This way of hitting. Some people hit like that also. But make sure that your hands are tight and it's like 90 degree. It's not like this. It's not like this or not like that. You don't hit hook like that. You have a nice 90-degree angle. Okay, you have a nice 90-degree angle, and through that you hook the opponent. Now, as I said, when you use the hooks, you transfer weight of your body from one leg to another. How we can do that? Let's learn that. So, if you are standing in this position, okay, in this position, and you are having this stance. So now, if I'm going to throw my left hook, my left hand hook, so when your left leg is forward, you cannot generate power from moving forward in hooks, but you have to dip a little like this much of dip a little bit. You have to go down and then generate power. Okay, little bit go down, then generate power. So go a little bit down in your knees. You have to dip a little bit and then throw. You have to push your weight forward, at the same time move your waist, and through that power you should connect it. You should connect your punch. Okay, I'm going to show you once again how it is, how you can throw a left hook when your left leg is on the front. Okay, my left leg is on the front. I'm having a stance. I'm dipping a little bit like this, and then throwing my body up, at the same time moving it up and moving it. So, and the movement should be violent. It should be very powerful. It should be very aggressive. Okay. Again, if you have a guard like this and your left leg is front, you go down a little and throw your body weight up. At the same time, direct it like this way. And your hand should be 90 degree. That's your left hook. Are you getting it? Guys? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, so left hook is okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, Yogesh? Can you hear me, Yogesh?
Yes.
Yes. So are you clear with the left hook?
Yeah.
Are you doing it with me?
Yes, I'm doing it.
Good, good. Sumedha, are you okay? Are you understanding?
Yes, Dada.
Okay, good, good. Now, the same way we throw a left hook, we are going to throw a right hook. As compared to left hook, right hooks are very easy to throw because it's like your loaded punch. When any hand which is behind is like a loaded punch, because your waist works like a spring. Your waist works as a spring. Okay, how? I'm going to show you. See, when you are throwing your left hook, when your left leg is forward, you have to deep a little. You have to go down a little, not too much, but little bit sideways, and then throw your weight up, but direct it this way, like this, and move your waist completely. And when with that, you use your left hook. Okay, that was your left hook. Now, the right hook is very easy. When you have a good position, okay, your right hook, your right leg is already unloaded because your waist is like this. Okay, so when your waist is rotating like this, it is already ready to fire back. When your waist is already rotated like this, it is already ready to fire back. So your right hook, all you have to do is use your waist movement and throw. While doing that, always remember, while throwing a right hook, just like a two punch, which is a power punch, always move your leg, behind leg, which is your right leg. See my leg, it is also moving. It is also moving. It is also moving. So, okay, guys. So that was a right hook for you guys. Do you understand right hook? Is it okay? Is there any question, any doubt? Am I audible?
Yes. Can we just check everyone's form if they are doing it right or not?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Make sure that they come on the video.
So who would like to come first? Who would like to come first?
Right hook.
Amit, are you okay?
Yes, Amish, show me.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me do that. Right hook you mentioned, right?
Yeah, so I am taking you on the call. So I just will check the form.
No, Amish, see, you're not going this way. You're just moving. You're just moving. This is your area. This is your core area. This much is your core area. Okay? You're moving your hands here. Not here. Not here. Not here. So just here. Here. Because hooks are close quarter punches. When your opponent is too much close to your body, then you hit your punches. Hooks punches. So you should not be here. Okay? You should be very close to your body. Close to your body. Close to your
Okay.
body. Okay?
Let me do it again. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, much better. Yeah, much better. Yeah, better. Yeah. Make sure that your hand goes straight till the end. Should not drop down or should not drop up. It should be straight. It should be straight throughout. The moment you throw your punch, it should go straight. It should not go down or it should not go up. Like this. Like this.
Okay.
This. Straight. Yeah. And always look front of your opponent. Do not lose your eye contact. And use your left hook. Left hook. Yeah, much better. And with each strike, you have to breathe out. Yeah, nice. The only one tip is do not your hand should not go down. It should go straight. Your 90 degree remains the same, but you should go straight. straight. Because the hooks are a close range punches. When your opponent is too much close to your body and trying to hit you, at that time you use hooks. Okay, at that time you cannot hit with a straight punch because you do not have too much of range to hit. So that's why we use hooks, which are short punches, very close to your body. Okay, Yogesh,
Yeah.
are you clear?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. This is hooks. Yogesh, are you doing hooks?
Now hooks.
Yeah. Yeah. So in hooks, Yogesh, make sure that you move all your vest. Move your vest completely. Move your vest completely. Use your whole range. Use your whole range. Use your whole body range. Whole body range. Whole body range. Okay. 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 Fine. Okay. 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 Cool. Cool. Nice. Yeah. So make sure whenever you throw punch, Yogesh, make sure that your hand should go completely. When you're throwing straight punches, it should not be short. It should be complete. You should use complete range of your hand. You should use complete range of your hand. Okay, complete range. You should not go incomplete, halfway. You should go full way. And when you are throwing the hooks, you should move your vest completely. You know, vest is a something which generates the power in your hooks. So make sure that you're using your vest, and while throwing hooks, your hand should not go down. Your hand should not go up. It should be 90 degree. It should be 90 degree, and it should go completely straight way. Hooks, hooks. It is a very close quarter short punch. Hook is a short punch, so your hand should not go too much farther from your body. It should be close to your body, and it should go, straight in a 90 degree, like a curvature, straight, not down, not up, straight, straight, straight. Okay, you got it? You got it, right?
Yes.
Amit?
Yes, Anand. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Sumeda, are you getting it?
Yes, Dada.
Yes, good. So today, guys, let's remind what we learned today. We started with the routine warm-up session. Warm-up is very good for your body. It generates vigor in your body. Make sure that your cardiovascular system is also good. Then we shifted to some mountain climbers, some pull-ups, some push-ups, and then we revised our basic punches, straight punches, which is 1 and 2. It is also called as jab and 2. As we all know, jab is 2 is a power punch. It generates a lot of strength because you move your vest. Okay. Now we also learned different combinations, straight punches combinations, 1, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These punches are called as short burst punches. These are very important for scoring points, and it also generates a speed in your punches. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This generates a speed and agility and stamina in your punches. After that, we also learned left hooks and right hooks. While throwing a left hook, you have to dip a little down and then push your body in a right side to throw a left hook and then right hook. Okay. Always make sure whenever you're throwing right hook, your leg should also move. Your leg should also twist. Okay. Otherwise, you'll go disbalance. Now, the short punches that we have learned today is a hook, and we have learned a combination of straight punches, which is 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tomorrow we are going to learn uppercuts and combinations of hooks and uppercuts. Okay, guys, if you have skipping in your house, skip rope you have, if you have any skipping rope, make sure that you carry it so that we can jump together and I will also show you different combinations of skipping rope. Skipping rope is a very good exercise, not only for your boxing, but it is also very good and very amazing exercise when it comes to fat loss and build a very lean, fit athlete body, because skipping rope is something which evenly reduces your fat from your body. It reduces your fat from your head to your toe. So skipping rope is a very good exercise. uh, 5 minutes of skipping rope is equal to 10 minutes of jogging. That is the effectiveness. 5 minutes of skipping rope is a 10 minutes of jogging. So if you have a skipping rope in your house, make sure that you carry it from tomorrow's session, so that we can learn different combinations of skipping ropes. Okay, guys, if you have any question for today's session, any doubts, any feedback, just let me know.
So how was the session, guys?
Good. It was good session. Every day we are learning something new. That's great.
Okay, thank you. How about you?